We back. Y'all hear me? I ain't gotta play with you. Ah, wish I had some. Ooh. We back. We back. We back. We back. Back in business, Baltimore. Back in business, Baltimore. Got a lot we want to talk about today. And let's get straight into it. Topic of discussion: the chaotic effect of Tupac. And then we're gonna transition into why is Hurricane Chris beefing with 50 Cent? Real talk. Uh we're gonna get to the bottom of this action. I ain't even gonna play with you. Let's get this out of here. We on deck, y'all. What I want to get to is what I observed, what I'm picking up. If it's anybody that's jumping in, I've been took me a couple of times to try to get this thing right. Uh Trying to play around with the settings. I was trying to go 4K on y'all. This thing ain't let me do the 4K. It was busting me down. But I'm back. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know how this thing sound. Is the sound coming through good? I've been struggling trying to get the sound right. Is it coming through good? Yeah. But I want to jump straight into it and just talk about what I thought about Pop. I thought he was super loud. I thought he was super boisterous. I thought he was over the top. I thought he was a ham. And what I mean by ham, I thought he was always trying to put on, trying to show out. And like most of the people I know in real life that have that type of personality, they get one or two things. Either they wind up having to hurt somebody or they always getting hurt. And it ain't never end well. I'm talking about everybody with their personality. They wind up having to stand on business and be about what they was talking about, or they wind up having somebody stand on business when it come to them. Because a lot of times in these bad neighborhoods, which I've had the unfortunate, circumstance of being in a lot of these bad neighborhoods, from New Jersey to Newport News, Virginia. Uh, Nobody like that type of behavior, that type of personality rubs people the wrong way, and it'll leave you always having to, be in conflict. And that's just my observation of him. He was always the loudest in the room. He was always the loudest in the interview. Some of the stuff he said, everybody look at him as prolific, but some of the stuff he said, I just thought he was putting on. I thought he was trying to be the center of attention at all times. I even remember an interview where he had a tattoo of Thug Life on his and the interview person, whoever was talking to him, was like, what that mean? What that Thug Life representing? He's like, the hate you gave us. And I'm like, man, cut the madness out. Cut the shenanigans out. That was not what you was thinking about when you got that tattoo. But here you go, you know, trying to be prolific, which he was. But I think he used to throw a little extra sazon on that joint, a little bit of extra seasoning, and he was one of the first spicy people that I could say I've witnessed on that type of scale right there. Super spicy, super spicy. Keep a attitude. He stay on, like, he always on the edge. He always trying to be provocative. And to me, I thought it was entertainment. I thought that's what he was doing, trying to entertain. Because before that, I think he always, no, I think he always was kind of wild. He had his earlier songs, but even behind the words, I think his personality was still all the way turned up. I think he was always trying to be in the mix with people that was turned up. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand, like, why you in the mix when you already got all the cakes and you got everything. You done baked everything. Why you still got white stuff? Why you still in the mix? Why you still in the kitchen? Shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow with the goons. Like, to me, it don't make no sense. Like, the generals, you can come down from time to time and be amongst the soldiers, but as a general, you have a responsibility to walk head and shoulders above the rest. Why? Because you are the one that everybody looks to for inspiration. So you ain't got to be in the mud, in the trenches, when you are removed from that. But I think he set a precedent to where people felt like even though they rose above, they got to come back and start all over again. And it's like, why you even making an attempt to get out the hood if you just wanted to go straight back to the hood? Like, you rapping, you playing ball as another avenue to escape the streets. You trying to get away from the shootouts, from the hand-to-hand, from, just the chaos of being in some of these bad neighborhoods. So you put your energy into something else. But after you attain what you got, you come right back to roll up a J with the dude you was just trying to get away from. I don't understand. I don't get it. I never did. I felt, personally, if I reach a certain level, it ain't my obligation to be shoulder to shoulder with you. It's my obligation to try to show you or try to provide or try to be a resource to you. Not your homeboy. Know what I mean? Not your homeboy. And it's going to be some you take with you. But you can't just, like, man. This got me thinking about Nip. It got me thinking about a whole bunch of people that didn't escape. Even some of the people I know, man. We got these local legends out here. Local rap stars out here. And they still shoulder to shoulder. They still, like, got both feet right in the thick of things. And it's like, why you right in the thick of things? You got a different door that some of these people, they ain't got available to them. Like, you a disservice to everybody on that side of the door if you just standing and you don't want to walk through the door, you want to go back there. You can't even extend because you right there. So it's almost as if you forcing people's hand, you forcing the wicked, the chaos, you forcing the destruction. Why? Because some of these people ain't got nothing else to offer but pain and hurt, but destruction. And they can't give you a verse. They can't give you a jump shot. They can't give you no hustle. All they know how to do is put some pain in. So you neck and neck with these dudes, all they could do is escalate a bad situation, put you in a bad situation. Because all they got to show off is what they'll do to somebody. Oh, I kill something for you. I die for you, boy. I die for you. I kill something for you. Like, I don't need you to die for me. I need you to live for me. Stay alive for me, man. Grow. That's what I need you to do for me. Grow. Don't die for me. Grow for me. Live for me. Get out of this bad neighborhood for me, man. Come up with something so, you know, you could be a resource and I could keep you around me, man. But if all you know how to do is shoot something, oh, man. If all you know how to do is rob and shoot, and I'm trying to be professional, why would I have you in my presence? You got to learn something else. Because if that's all you could do, that means I can't do nothing but call you when it's time for you to get into action. When it's time for you to do your 1-2, that's when I could call you up. Because if I got you around me, all you do is rob and shoot, you're going to fall back on your instincts. You're going to be robbing and shooting. And right now, that's not our program. You know, if you're trying to be successful, if you're trying to turn the corner, if you're trying to be an entertainer, robbing and shooting shouldn't even be on your menu. That shouldn't be on your agenda. Your agenda should be networking. But that's neither here nor there. But what I was getting at was just the chaotic effect that Tupac had on a generation that looked at him and tried to identify with what it was he was given. His form of interaction with everybody was death and destruction. After he got shot, it changed him into somebody else, and maybe he was that the whole time. But I don't think he cared about what he was giving people after that. I think he was in a hurt place, and all he had was pain, anger, resentment, revenge. That's what he was giving people. That's what he was feeding me or whoever else was listening to his music. And as you can see, those same type of behavior patterns trickle down. It trickled down to the point to where now everybody is overboard. Everybody out of pocket. Everybody can't let nothing go. And he started that trend of, you know, I live what I rap about. I live what I rap about, because before that, you might have had a couple guys, but hip hop and rap was more metaphorical and more witty and about your creative wit, your vocabulary. Like, I remember songs like Who Got the Vocab? And, you know, maybe it was always an element of crime. I could go for that, because a lot of people, like a friend of mine, C. Terrell Scott, was telling me that, you know, these guys always was around because that's how they was washing their money. And I could go for that. Because maybe so. Maybe somebody was trying to launder money through rap, turn legitimate. But what that got to do with you as an artist, with you as an entertainer? This man is over here doing his thing. Your primary goal is to escape your situation of poverty, present your creative side to the world, and leave a legacy. How you turn that into trying to thug it out, trying to seek revenge, trying to demonstrate to the world that you something that you may not be. And you'll get yourself in a position to where, like I said, you will have to hurt something or somebody gonna hurt you. And if you survive being hurt, you're gonna feel like you gotta get some get back because you're in the public eye. The whole world done seen it. So now you got to show out so everybody ain't, man, you got a whole chapter worth of, drama coming your way. But I just thought it was crazy. And I see it because, like I said, I can remember a time where it wasn't all this chaos. You had people that was talking crazy, talking fly, but alright, that's what it was. A lot of them wasn't really living. A lot of them was speaking about someone else's life. A lot of them was giving an interpretation. Like you look at NWA, I don't think Ice Cube was a gang member. I don't think Dr. Dre was a gang member. Now you might have had some that was affiliated, such as Easy E and whoever else that may have been affiliated, but they was like they wasn't bringing that sort of gang mentality and gang culture as Suge and the Mob Pirus and Tupac was bringing. Nah, they was bringing entertainment, and by the way, this what it was. This where I come from. Not, you got the banner, you coming through with the flag, like you want to be the #1 foot soldier. How you gonna be a foot soldier and a general at the same time? It's impossible. You're gonna get caught up in the mix. And that's what I mean. How you already got the cake, you got everything baked up, but you still got flour all over your face. You like, man, the job is done. That part should be done. But I think it left a bad example. It left a bad example, and it just exposed people to that type of violence, to that type of gang mentality, to that type of destruction, and it just exposed people to chaos. And once you open up a can of worms, how you gonna get them back in? They slippery. When you open up Pandora's box, is a never ending saga because you don't know what the consequences or what's the kickback on whatever it is you put out there in the air. And every time I see some of these young up and coming guys that act out extra brash, extra loud, trying to be provocative, want to be the center of attention in every spot, I see Tupac. I see Pac because it wasn't that type of personality before him. So, I give him credit for being a great entertainer, one of the best, prolific, profound, but I also give him credit for being a destructive catalyst, being somebody who brought that type of chaos to our community. To our community. He turned up and he showed the world. He opened that chapter up to the world. Sometimes I'll be wondering, was he a plant? Was Tupac a plant? Like, did they plant him because he went to acting school and, like, gifted arts school? How you go from gifted arts? How you go to gifted arts? How you get from gifted arts to getting some sort of motion to going back to the, like, that don't even make no sense. That's why sometimes I wonder, was he a plant? Was he planted there? Did they hit him with some MK Ultra or something to make him go berserk like that? Because he may have been one of the most negative influences, especially on the hip hop culture, that there was. Because even when he was trying to go back and forth with Biggie, Biggie didn't even entertain it. Biggie may have said some slick subliminal messages, but he refrained from the all out back and forth with Tupac. And Biggie may have been just as lyrical, if not more lyrical, than Tupac. Tupac was poetic with it, but Biggie put them verbs together. Like, he was nice, and he didn't take the occasion to go back and forth because to my knowledge, he didn't want it to turn into something that it wasn't. I don't even think he had any responsibility in that man getting shot at the Quad Studios. So this man go from parents being a part of the Black Panthers to gifted art school. Like, how you even get in gifted art school? How you even get into gifted art school? You in the neighborhood with the gifted arts. You ain't going to regular school. You going to gifted arts. So therefore, you had to have some sort of talent or some standout ability that even put you in a position where you could go to them schools. You had to be different than everybody else. Everybody can't sing. Everybody can't rap. Everybody can't act. They just can't. And some people can barely talk out here. You listen to them, and it sound like they can't put two thoughts together. But it's like, why would you take it there? And great talent, but at the same time, man, may have been one of the worst people when it comes to bringing chaos and destruction to our cities, to our neighborhoods, you know. And I think in that era, it was a lot of first time, a lot of new things. It was just rap, hip hop. It was transforming, you know, because you had your Uncle Luke's explicit lyrics. You had NWA that came before him, but you know, I think they let you know that it was more entertainment. Even through the interviews, they spoke about how this wasn't, you know, the life that they were currently living. Is more the depiction of what they seen or what they know of that type of culture that was coming out of LA that nobody really knew about at the time. So yeah, I tip my hat to that man. You know, a hell of a guy as far as his impact, but a hell of a guy as far as his impact. And what I mean by that, you know, devastation. So I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. I know ain't nobody in here watching, but I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. What y'all think about that? Y'all think I'm right on, or y'all think I'm dead wrong? Y'all let me know. My next subject, I want to get into why in the world is Hurricane Chris beefing with 50 Cent. It makes no sense. No sense to me. Did this man do something to you? Did he violate you in any way? Have you ever did business with this man? Do you know anybody he's wronged? Do you know somebody he didn't pay? Or do you feel like he's supposed to give you an opportunity and your homeboy an opportunity over somebody else? He came out there creating opportunity, putting something together in your city. You know, that's commerce, that's business, that's jobs. And I didn't understand what your platform was, or why you were saying you ain't like him, because it just sounded like hate. It sounded like hate. It sounded ridiculous. I wanted to stop calling you Hurricane Chris and call you Ridiculous Chris, because it ain't make no sense. And then, you know, I like Hurricane, man. I like A Baby. I love A Baby. That was one of my favorite songs. I like Holly Bird, one of my favorite songs. Now you got Hurricane Chris up here rapping about murder was the case. Like, I get it, but that ain't why we fell in love with you. We fell in love with you because of them anthem songs you used to drop. Your melody as a rapper, your cadence as a rapper, that joint was unique and different. And here it is, you reverting. Same thing with Tupac. You diss, but you taking it back. Like, and I don't get it. Then you package that all in with a beef. Almost seem like you clout chasing, and I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting on this side of the camera. I don't know. But the way you present it, it don't make no sense. Like, I've never heard a 50 jerking somebody out their money. And that's all you hear about in the industry. People not, if you hear 50 overpaying people out here, he providing more than enough opportunities out here. There's people that done had seasons of work. He employing people that has-beens that ain't been doing nothing in a long time. He giving them jobs. Like, you listen to people like Jay-Z, he got a whole, like, a wake of people that's been wronged by him. From Dame Dash to Oskino to Beanie Siegel to Emil to you name it. Almost everybody, they left in the wake like casualties. You don't hear those type of stories about 50. All you hear is somebody, you know, he was messing with, trying to look out for doing this, they doing this, and they, you know, they not even being they not even contributing to where he trying to go, and they doing their own thing, and they separate. You never heard of 50 ain't pay nobody. That's why 50 ain't give me my shot. Nah, 50 give you a platform. I remember when G-Unit was booming, you heard everybody. And you know, for real, at that time, I just wanted to hear 50. But you got to hear some Yayo. You got to hear some Banks. And Banks was nice. You got to hear some Young Buck. All of them. He bringing up everybody. Even, I remember when Mobb Deep, he brought them back to the game. And it was like, man, he got Mobb Deep, he got Kid doing this thing. Like, I get, like, man, that man he gave out plenty of opportunity. And I'm quite sure it's a lot he's kind of, you know, been behind, kind of shaped and been behind the scenes on a lot of stuff that we might not even know. And for you to have, like, that's like you assassinating somebody's character because it's based on your opinion of what he should do for you and the people you like. Come on now, make it make sense. It don't make no sense what you talk about, but I don't get it. I love to have Hurricane Chris really sit down and give a logical explanation to why he feel that way about 50 Cent. Is it because he fell off? Is it because he used to have like motion and now, you know, he having to start back and find his way in this new era? What is it? Because, you know, I ain't hear no bangers coming out of him in a while. I heard that new Murder, that joint is okay. I gave it a thumbs up. I told people it was a banger. Man, people was looking at me like I was crazy. Should have seen the comments. They were like, nah, man, that ain't it. And, you know, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, I like A Baby. I like Halle Berry. That was some of my, like, I think he's a fascinating rapper. Like, at the time, it wasn't nobody spitting like he was. Nah. But, you know, times has changed. You know, I think at the time when he caught that little murder case, he had already fell off. That murder wasn't the reason he fell off. He already was off. So it ain't like that hinder him. Nah, your time it came and went. And then that's something you did in your own, while you was back in the hood or something. Now, you sitting here mad, you know, frustrated, and you taking out your frustration on somebody who probably could do you dirty out there. He got the means and the resources to do you dirty. It would have been better for you to just come to this man like a man and present him with something
that, an idea. Instead of some shenanigans, present this man with an idea. And if it ain't work, go do it yourself. You don't look at nobody like, he supposed to be doing this and doing. He ain't supposed to do nothing for you. Not Nathan. Not Nathaniel. Like, who out here? Don't nobody owe nobody nothing out here. If people do something for you, that's off the strength. That's because they looking out. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They feel like somebody owe them. So nobody owe you nothing. Nobody owe you nothing, man. Your mama don't... Once you get grown, your mama don't owe you nothing. Your best friend don't owe you nothing. If anything, you supposed to be an asset out here. You supposed to be something or somebody that, can add on and contribute to a situation. Not always with your hand out and mad because you ain't get something. You see somebody else getting something, you run up ready to go all out because you feel like that was yours and why you ain't look out for me? Nah, man. That's the wrong type of mentality to have. But I don't get it. I ain't get Tupac. I love his music. Like I say, he was bigger than life, but I ain't get him. I thought what he was on was destructive. So that's just my point of view. And with Hurricane Chris on, I think he being destructive right now. He being chaotic. He up here rapping about murder was the case that they gave him. You ain't no stepper. Why is you putting that out there in the atmosphere? You out here trying to start a beef up with 50 Cent. Man, cut it out. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this thing up, man. Y'all know what it is. I think I done did what I could do. I can't give y'all no more. I did have a decent day today. I had to go to the dentist. So, I deliver ice cream. Drive trucks, got a CDL. And right now, I drive around going to convenience stores, going to chain drug stores, delivering ice cream. They had like 18 stops, but I had to go to the dentist at 2:30. So I had to stop and cut off 4 of those, save it for tomorrow. Went down to the dentist, got a cleaning, examination, filled in, I got a filling and the polishing. I think I fell asleep was snoring while he was fixing my teeth. Yeah. My mouth still feel a little bit numb. He shot me up with the Novocaine, y'all. Mouth still a little bit numb. It's coming back now. I'm ready to eat, but I'm trying to get my mouth right because I don't want to bite my tongue. But yeah, that was the topic for the day. And okay, yeah. And I talked to my man Mario today. And I talked to my brother-in-law, Derek Whitley, today. And both of them, they had 2 different ideas. And just talking to both of them, I seen their vision. It was good to kind of chop it up with them and talk forward because, like a lot of times, you gotta manifest this stuff. You gotta put the words, put the life into the words and the thoughts you have, and use them words to actually bring this stuff into existence. And I enjoyed it. And I look forward to more conversations with them fellas and building this online platform to the point to where I can introduce these guys to y'all, had conversations, and I think both of them guys are dynamic and unique, and I would like to present them so y'all could have access to these guys and see if y'all could gain something from their insight. But yeah, I'm about to fly up out of here, y'all. I done gave y'all a little bit of time. I won't supposed to do this
but the ones I put up yesterday sounded crazy. And right now, I ain't got nobody in the chat, so I don't know how this one sound. But hopefully it turned out good. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm about to take us up out of here. I'm about to take us up out of here. Let me plug this up so I can hear my outro, y'all. I like it. Let me see what's going on. Everything good? Yeah. I'm gonna take it to this outro. Let me go. Let me see what we got going on. Yeah. We did our thing. We gave y'all some on Monday. Uh-huh. I wish I had some chopsticks, y'all. Uh-huh. Fly high. Huh. Yeah.